There's been quite a lot of you asking for a Fortnite porting tutorial, so here it is. I'm going to show you how to port anything from Fortnite over to Blender and then over to UEFN, including the textures. Now, first things first, make sure you have a Discord account and also have Blender installed by just going into the Blender website and downloading the latest version of Blender, and of course, download UEFN too. Now, the first step is to go into the Fortnite porting Discord. I've put a link to an invite to the server below in the description. You just need to go in there, find download, and scroll all the way down to the most recent version. Just make sure you do also have .NET 8 runtime and Visual C++ redistributable also downloaded onto your computer. There's also links to install that below too if you don't have it. And I should probably also mention that Fortnite porting only works on Windows. Now click onto the latest Fortnite porting version and the exe file at the bottom and download it. Continue the download, so now it's downloaded onto your computer. Find wherever it is. I like to put it on my desktop. Then you want to open it. If you get a Windows protect your PC, blah blah blah, click more info and then run anyways. Once Fortnite porting is open, if you have Blender installed, it will automatically sync to Blender. If it didn't sync to Blender, you can press this little sync button at the top here. Make sure Blender is not open, otherwise this won't work. If the syncing didn't work, you could try pressing the plus button and finding the Blender exe file wherever it is on your computer. It's usually in local disk, program files, Blender Foundation, Blender 4.0, or whatever version you're using, and the Blender right here. Once it's synced, open Blender. We still need to make sure the add-on for Fortnite porting is enabled in Blender. What we need to do is go into Edit, and then Preferences, and then search for Fortnite porting, and then check the two little boxes right here. Now go into the Assets tab of Fortnite porting, and hey presto, now you can pretty much import really anything you want into Blender. For skins and like skeletal meshes to animate, go into Outfits. For Fortnite props, go into Creative and go to Props. For items, go into Gameplay and then Items, blah blah blah. You get me. Now it may take a bit to load at first, as there's a lot of items in Fortnite, but after it's done, you should be good. Okay, now in Blender, if I just delete this little cube, and then in Fortnite porting, I'll grab the Reaper and I'll press export down here. And now, as you can see, the Reaper is now in Blender. Alright, so next step is to export it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to File, we're going to go down to Export, and we're going to export this as an FBX. Now in here, what we can do, pick the file you want, and then on this little side thing right here, we want the armature and the mesh, as that's, you know, the Reaper, and then that's the skeleton for the Reaper, which is what we both want. Go into armature, you want to add leaf bones, and then you don't want bake animation on. This should be good. Just call this, I'm gonna call this Reaper. I'll export him. I've now exported this as an FBX. And oh yeah, this is the little thing to note. If you do export to Unreal Engine doesn't mean UEFN, that means Unreal Engine. So that won't work directly, so you want to use Blender. Okay, now in UEFN, in Content Drawer, in whatever project you need, go into a folder and then import whatever you need, and you're gonna get this. Make sure this is all fine. It doesn't really matter, just import all. And now we have our model inside of UEFN, or our skeletal mesh. We bring this out. You're gonna notice that he's a bit, what's the word? He doesn't really have any textures. So to get the textures, you're gonna notice that when you go into your content drawer, you're gonna notice that all of these materials are white, okay? They don't have the textures in them, which is annoying. So how do we get the textures? You wanna go all the way up here to texture paint. Then you wanna go into this, and you're gonna notice here's all the textures for our model. If you look in UEFN, there's 3 different textures, and one is for the body, one is for the hair, and then one is for the head. And in Blender, you're gonna notice now there's gonna be, you know, the body, the hair, and the head. So how do we get these textures out of Blender and into UEFN? Now the best way I've seen is go in here, select anything like the body, and then you want to click on this little folder up here, and you're gonna go into this folder view. This little top thing right here, I might blur it out. You wanna Control C it, which will copy it. You wanna go into this PC in your computer. Then you wanna go into here. Then you wanna paste in what you just copied. Now you have a file with all the textures. Then you wanna copy every single one of these. You go into anywhere and make a new folder, and then paste. These are now out of Blender, and you can use these files. And then you wanna do the same exact thing for all the other ones. So we need the hair and head too. So we can click on hair, and this will give us the hair and head. There we are with all the textures we need. We're gonna select them all, and then Control C to copy everything. I want to find our folder we made, and then we're going to paste them all in here. So now we have every single one of the textures we need in here. Now we have imported everything. So these are all the different textures we're going to need. So if we go first into body, let's do body first. Delete this. Okay, now you want to go into here, and you want to grab all the things. Usually this one, it doesn't really matter if you need that or not. You just want to use these 3. And this first one is the body D. So this is for the base color, as that's the fuse. And this is the N, so this is for the normal, and then this is the S, so this is for specular. So you want to put G into metallic, R into specular, and then B into roughness. You want to apply it, and as you can see, nothing happens. So the fix is you want to click on our material. You want to go into here, go into search, and then search up usage. You want to go into use with skeleton mesh, and you want to click that on, and you want to apply it. And now, as you can see, John Wick has his body. But you're gonna notice now his face is not textured right, because we still have to do the hair and the head. So do the hair and the head, we're gonna do the exact same thing we just did. Go into here, this is the hair. So I'm gonna get all the hair for this. So you're gonna need this, this, and this. Clean this all out. Put this into here, put this in the normal, and then put this into, as you already know, this to here, this to here, and then this to here. And then go to usage, enable it for the skeleton mesh, and apply it. And now John has his luxurious hair now. And now the last step is we need to go back. We need to go into this one. We then need to go into here, delete that, and then we need to grab his head, and this is the head right here. It's kind of scary looking, but you can use this. This into this. This is for the normal, and then finally this G into here, R into here, B into here. There we go. And then we're gonna do usage, skeleton mesh, apply, and now would you look at that. If you think it's too glossy or if it's too like, I don't know, you don't like the look of it, you can always just go into the materials and change it a little bit around until you like it. So yeah, so now this is how you import into UEFN. Wow, look at this. Remember to like, subscribe, use my code in the front am shop, and watch all of these videos. That's about it. I'll see you all around.